Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of the colors and the national anthem.
Order, colors. Ready? Pose. Up, out, face.
Thank you. You may now be seated.
Welcome to the rededication of Nielsen Hall at the University of Northern Iowa. It's my honor to introduce today's platform party. Begin with Senator Grassley. You. For our ROTC Lieutenant Colonel Dean Ray, ROTC alumni Brigadier General Stephen Kremer, ROTC Brigade Colonel Adam Lewis, and ROTC Cadet Nicole Miller, and then Dean Colleen Mulholland, Amy Klosterman from the Child Development Center, and Dean Brenda Bass. Senator Grassley, members of the Platform Committee, honored guests, it's a pleasure to be with you today. Welcome to the University of Northern Iowa and the rededication ceremony of Nielsen Hall. It's exciting to be here with you today and to rededicate this facility to serve as the home of the UNI Child Development Center, as well as the new home of the UNI ROTC program and Panther Battalion. The facility today is a state-of-the-art training facility for ROTC cadets and a state-of-the-art learning center for young children. In addition to our platform guests today, we are joined by two of our architects, Nick Hildebrandt and Jesse Iser. Would you please rise? There's Jesse and Nick. I don't see Nick. Jesse, thank you. Thanks for being here. They were the principal architects from Emergent Architecture, and they led the development of this project. It's now my pleasure and my honor to introduce Senator Charles Grassley. Charles Grassley was born in rural Butler County, where he continues to farm today. Coming of age on the heels of the Great Depression, instilled principles of conservationism and fiscal conservatism in young Chuck Grassley. He was also brought up in a household that valued hard work and civic engagement. His mother, Ruth, was one of the first 4 women in Iowa to cast a vote following the ratification of the 19th Amendment. Grassley studied political science at Iowa State Teachers College and frequently returns to his alma mater to root on the Panther athletic teams and to visit with students in our classes. Grassley is the senator from the Grassley is the senior United States Senator from Iowa, and he's in his 7th term, having been first elected in 1980. Please join me in welcoming UNI alum and Senator Charles Grassley.
Well, I thank you for the invitation, and I'm always happy to return to my alma mater, where I studied from 1951 to 1956, and this time, of course, to dedicate this Nielsen Fieldhouse. Last year, this facility underwent renovation, and now we're here to dedicate and to celebrate that renovation being made to better serve the ROTC and the Child Development Center. ROTC, which exists to train commissioned military officers, and a child care center may seem at first to be totally unrelated endeavors, but it is certainly fitting that both are housed here in this building, a part of the College of Education. As a graduate of Iowa State Teachers College, I understand the importance of teaching. I learned that here, and the opportunities that education provides to children and adults alike. I wasn't able to do my student teaching in this new building that's no longer here, east of here, because I did it in what is now called Sapin Hall. I remember Dr. Struwell. I could learn how to teach French under her, and under Dr. Merck, how to teach social science. It was a worthwhile experience, but it's one that not every student at UNI has to go through today. But in those days, if you weren't going to be a teacher, you didn't come here, or if you wanted to graduate and not teach, you still had to take student teaching. By the way, also at this new building east of here that's no longer here, when Dr. Curtis was head of the teaching department before Dr. Nielsen, my wife was his secretary for 2 or 3 years. So we're familiar very well with what goes on here in what used to be the older building. As some of you may know, today is Constitution Day. On this day in 1787, the Constitution was signed and our system of limited government for the people and by the people was established, with the rights like freedom of speech, due process, with rights like freedom of speech and due process, responsibilities come. Our system of government depends on an informed and engaged citizenry. In fact, Jefferson famously said if democracy was going to work, you had to have an educated citizenry. So, education, especially about our nation's history and government, is paramount to keeping our system of representative democracy going for generations to come. The first responsibility of the federal government is national security. In particular, then, the ROTC plays a very critical role in developing leadership of our nation's armed forces. Congress created the program over a century ago to help ensure that in addition to preparing students for careers, a college education would prepare them for the possibility of military service. For some cadets, ROTC scholarship programs has opened the door to a college education, a door that may otherwise have remained closed. But beyond that, the knowledge gained from ROTC courses are valuable for all students, even those who do not end up in a military lifelong career. While learning military strategy and physical fitness, cadets also develop leadership skills and teamwork that will serve them well in civilian life. These courses are crucial to developing a generation of leaders who understand the values and freedoms and democracy and are prepared to defend them. I commend all of the young men and women in the ROTC program here at UNI for your willingness to serve your country. I look forward to seeing your accomplishments. I also thank all those who serve and have served and are serving today to defend our country. Now, the other part of this program and building, the Child Development Center, is an innovative program that also speaks to the importance of education. This center started as a solution to a very simple problem. Students at UNI who were also parents were missing class because they didn't have child care. So in 1970, Dr. Ulrich, a professor here, took notice and established a parent group to give child care. They set up shop in an empty classroom and rotated child care duties so that all parents could attend their classes. Over time, the child care center changed from a parent co-op to a formal facility. However, the priority is still the same, ensuring that students of the university do not face lack of child care as an obstacle to continuing their education. But in addition to providing child care, the center provides hands-on learning for students of early childhood education. Students taking early childhood education courses have the opportunity to work at the center, and others can gain field experience and observe what goes on in the classrooms. So both the ROTC and the Child Development Center, I hope, make a fine fit in this building as part and a crucial part of the UNI community. Each program on its own eliminates barriers and that may be impeding students from receiving an education. This opens doors to opportunities that may have otherwise not existed for these young people. I thank you all for participating in this dedication and for inviting me to be with you.
Thank you, Senator, for those wonderful remarks that remind us of the importance that both the Child Development Center and our ROTC program play on this campus and in the larger community. The dedication of this building is a major milestone for the UNI ROTC Panther Battalion. Before I get deeper into my remarks, I just want to say a thank you to the ROTC cadets who are here today and who have been serving as ushers and will do some tours, as well as the cadre who are able to be here. So I want to say a thank you and a shout out to the Panther Marching Band for being here to help us celebrate as well. As the program highlights, and for those that are familiar with campus and familiar with this building, it's named after Ross Nielsen, and he created a legacy of service. And I believe it is fitting that the ROTC program now resides in a building that bears his name. The modern era of the UNI ROTC program fully started in 1987 when it received full host status, though interestingly, the first UNI Department of Military Science existed from 1891 to 1903 when we were still the Iowa State Normal School. So a long tradition on this campus. UNI and ROTC have a shared goal of developing the next generation of leaders who will serve their communities. Themes of experiential learning, teamwork, discipline, and leadership skills are repeated throughout the ROTC curriculum. The cadets are immersed in hands-on learning each step of the way, gaining more responsibility each year. A quote from General Powell does a nice job of summarizing the underlying philosophy of the ROTC curriculum. He once said, "Leadership is solving problems." Leadership translates to any career setting these cadets will pursue once they graduate and commission as officers. The renovated Nielsen Fieldhouse provides a premier training facility that will better prepare our students for their future leadership positions. It is now my honor to introduce each of our speakers representing different aspects of the Panther Battalion. Each of the Army officers who will be providing remarks has served in a wide range of leadership positions both in peace and in combat. And military science has played a direct and indirect role in the leadership capabilities of all these individuals. The first speaker I would like to invite up is Lieutenant Colonel Dean Ray. He is the 11th and current Department Head and Professor of Military Science for the Panther Battalion. He himself is a product of ROTC from the Pittsburgh State University program. Lieutenant Colonel, I invite you up to the podium.
Thank you, Brenda. All right, good afternoon. I'm going to work with the mic here. All right, Senator Grassley, Brigadier General Kramer, Provost Herrera, President Nook, Vice President Hager, Colonel Lewis, Sergeant Major Kilpatrick, Dean Bass, Dean Mulholland, university staff, alumni, friends and family, I'd like to welcome you to this fantastic event. Being the new guy on campus, there are a couple observations I want to provide that go hand in hand with today's dedication. The first one, the saying "it takes a village to raise a child" resonates with what and how we grow these young adults into confident and competent Army officers. From the university staff, professors, advisors, ROTC cadre, coaches, and any other influencers on these young adults, we all, the village, are raising and growing young adults into future leaders every day. The opportunities that this facility provides shows myself, my leadership, the cadets, the support that UNI is ready to give in the raising and the growth of these future leaders. My second observation is opportunity. I too was an ROTC cadet, as Brenda stated. Roughly 20 years ago, I would not be standing here today had it not been for the opportunity at my university with my ROTC department and all my influencers that provided me as a young adult, which helped shape me as the leader I am today. This opportunity cannot fully be exercised without the vision and support to put the mission of success at the forefront. With this, I thank you, President Nook, and the University of Northern Iowa for this facility. In the Army, we have a saying about daily improvements to our fighting position. As I continue leading the great legacy of the Panther Battalion, I promise everything I do is to continue the daily improvements that it takes to maintain and make this program a competitive, opportunistic, leading, producing element that takes not only me and my staff, but the entire village as a key to success. Thank you.
Next, I would like to introduce to you Brigadier General Kramer. He is one of our own ROTC alums, graduating from UNI with a degree in criminology. He currently serves as Assistant Adjutant General with Joint Forces Headquarters with the Iowa Army National Guard. In his civilian life, he serves as a Juvenile Court Services Supervisor with the state of Iowa's 3rd Judicial District. Please help me welcome Brigadier General Kramer up to the podium.
All right, let's see if I get the microphone right here. Good afternoon, Senator Grassley, President Nook, Dean Bass, Provost Herrera, Vice President Hager, other VIPs and DVs that are here, cadets, alumni, guests, It's great to be back at UNI. I love coming back here. It's just something about it. It feels like I'm coming home. It's been 30 years since I left, but every time I step back here, it's just like it was, which is wonderful. I'm truly humbled and honored to be here today, both as an alumni and also as a representative for the Iowa Army National Guard. It's hard to believe 30 years has gone by since I was here. I can't be more proud of my time and the education that the university and the ROTC program provided me as the foundation for my career. I tell you that my leadership skills and styles were truly developed here and have helped me every step of the way, making it to the rank of Brigadier General, which honestly, that wasn't why I got involved. But in the end, it's what allowed me to continue to go in this direction and be standing here today. I want to thank the UNI, I want to thank the university, and the ROTC program for their commitment and success that you have been providing leaders of the Iowa National Guard, for the state of Iowa, the reserves, and to our nation with the active duty Army. We truly appreciate the work and the effort and all that you've done. What an amazing facility. I know everybody hasn't probably had the chance to walk around here yet. I received a tour here about a year ago, and I look forward to getting back in and seeing a little bit more today. But this is absolutely state-of-the-art. We have to give a lot of credit to folks that have worked together. Lieutenant Colonel Mike Harris, who's the former professor of military science, identified the need and really spent a lot of time working to make sure that dream happened. And to have that dream happen, it took a lot of relationship building. It took a lot of time working with the university. Funding is always difficult, but everybody stepped up and said, this is important for the ROTC program, this is important for our candidates, and this is important for the university. Thank you for making this such a state-of-the-art facility. Cadets, I don't know if you've had the opportunity to visit many other programs, but I will tell you, and I'm sure Colonel Lewis will say the same thing, there are no other programs around here that are going to be at the level of this program. When I look at the classrooms and I look at the technology, I look at how you're meeting the Army educational requirements, which is difficult. They have a very stringent set of expectations what it's going to take to train today's leaders. This program blows it out of the water. So we look at the educational standards. We look at the facilities such as, I'm just going to use the weight room as an example. Most football teams would be extremely envious to have a setup like that. One of the difficult things that the Army is going through right now is a transition to our new combat fitness, physical fitness test. And part of it is just getting the equipment and then having the facilities to go out and conduct training. They've got it. They've got everything they need here. I'm just in awe when I walk back there. Just an amazing amount of time, effort, dedication, and commitment has gone into this. And literally, I just can't say enough to the university for what they've done here in supporting this program. In closing, again, I want to thank the university for all that they're doing and all that they continue to do. This is a wonderful event. It's wonderful to bring people back together. It's great to see some alumni out in the crowd here. A few of them I know, a few of them I've served with, which is a good feeling for me, especially after being around serving for 30 years. But it's great to bring everyone together. Please enjoy the opportunity to see the facilities, ask questions, and again, enjoy your time here today. Thank you for all that you've done, President Nook.
It's now my pleasure to introduce to you Colonel Adam Lewis, the current new commander of the Army's 3rd ROTC Brigade. In this position, he leads an ROTC brigade that covers battalions across 10 states, including Iowa. Please help me welcome Colonel Lewis to the podium.
Thank you. Senator Grassley, General Kramer, President Nook, Vice Provost Herrera, Vice President Hager, Dr. Bass, Dr. Mulholland, other distinguished guests, faculty, staff, fellow soldiers, and students and cadets, this great university. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us all here today for this momentous occasion. I have to admit, I hail from New Hampshire, and although, like most of my fellow military brothers and sisters, I've been stationed all over the United States and different parts of the world, I've never had the opportunity to visit the great state of Iowa until my Command Sergeant Major and I took the trip here just 2 days ago. It's a really beautiful state, and the folks here are really, really kind, really welcoming. With 3 hosts and several affiliate ROTC programs across the state, I look forward to coming back here soon and returning again and again. On behalf of General Davis, Commander of United States Army Cadet Command, I would like to thank the University of Northern Iowa for being a great partner. Cadet Command, our brigade, ROTC, could not do what we do year in and year out, producing thousands of young new leaders of character for the Army and for the nation, without you and the hundreds of other universities across the United States. We've had a long partnership here as well. It's been 130 years since retired Lieutenant William A. Dinwiddie launched a military science program here at the university. And the rededication of this fine, fine building is just another step, another symbol of the rich and ever-deepening relationship between this great institution and the Panther Battalion ROTC program. It's an honor for the Panther Battalion and our brigade to serve day in and day out in this great place, and named for a visionary leader, a master educator, and model citizen like Dr. Ross Nielsen. Himself a World War II Navy veteran, the list of Dr. Nielsen's contributions to the school, the community, the broader Iowa area, and the nation are impressive, and could never probably be described in a speech or a document. They're just simply amazing. He's quite an example for all of us, and especially for the young cadets who train and learn here. He epitomized our values, treated the students and faculty of this school with dignity and respect, all the while designing programs, providing resources, and challenging those around him to become better students, better leaders, and better citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, my Command Sergeant Major and I thank you for the opportunity to be here today. It's a wonderful celebration. We're happy to be part of this ceremony and to again honor this great American, Dr. Nielsen, the CDC, the Child Development Center, as well as this great ROTC program. On behalf of Army 3rd ROTC Brigade, its cadets and cadre, thank you. Thanks to this great university. Have a great day.
Thank you, Colonel Lewis. The ROTC program is built on cadet leadership, and our last speaker is an excellent representative of the ROTC program. Cadet Nicole Miller is studying both biology and athletic training and is from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. She is the current cadet battalion commander, and her goal is to become a physical therapist and serve in the Medical Service Corps. Please help me to welcome Cadet Miller to the mic.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Dean Bass, for the introduction, and welcome Senator Grassley, General Kramer, President Nook, Colonel Lewis, and Vice President Hager, as well as Command Sergeant Major Kilpatrick. And thank you for taking the time to celebrate UNI ROTC in our new home on campus today, the Nielsen Fieldhouse. I'm grateful for the opportunity to represent UNI ROTC and share with you all how UNI ROTC has impacted my life as a student, a soldier, and a professional. I have been a UNI Panther since I was a freshman right out of high school, but my UNI ROTC journey did not begin until I was a junior. Halfway through my college career, I ran out of money, like most students do, and I decided to take action in order to accomplish my goals. I joined the Iowa National Guard as a medic, and after 6 months away from school, I came back to finish my degree. And the ROTC program helped me apply for a scholarship. I was offered a 2-year scholarship, and it was an opportunity that I couldn't pass up. I signed a contract with ROTC and set my sights on becoming an officer. Looking back, I had absolutely no idea what I was getting myself into. My first year in ROTC was packed full of new experiences. I learned so much more than I could have ever imagined about myself, my strengths, and my weaknesses. And I spent countless hours preparing for missions and studying. I learned how to lead through epic failures, but also memorable successes. And I made some of the best friends along the way. During the first year, I transitioned from a normal college student to a working professional who was also a college student. My growth through my first year was exponential, and many of my peers can attest to similar experiences with the UNI ROTC department. Today, I am a senior in the program and currently serving as the Cadet Battalion Commander. This experience has easily been one of the most challenging yet. However, in only 4 weeks of school, it has proven to be one of the most rewarding because of the amount of knowledge and experience I am gaining. This year, I have already grown so much and learned about professionalism, communication, and work-life balance. UNI ROTC has prepared me well to become an officer in the United States Army, but so much more than that. Through UNI ROTC, I have developed into a leader that is confident in many environments. I will leave UNI with the tools and experiences to go out into the world and be successful in anything I set my mind to. Thank you all again for being here to support ROTC and our cadets and our presence on campus at UNI and the Nielsen Fieldhouse.
At this time, the Panther Marching Band will lead us in the Armed Services Medley. Let me introduce them while they're setting up. The Panther Marching Band is the pride of UNI. 315-member Panther Marching Band is the largest student organization on the University of Northern Iowa campus. Each year, the Panther Marching Band combines Panther spirit, pride, musicianship, and more than 120 years of tradition. The band consists of students from 79 different majors, including nearly every discipline and major available at the University of Northern Iowa. The band is open to both music majors and non-majors, and approximately 71% of Panther Marching Band members are not music majors. The Panther Marching Band performs at all home games and select away games and prepares 5 different field shows each season. In 2014, the band performed in the New Year's Day Parade in London, England, at the invitation of the Lord Mayor of Westminster. In 2016, the band traveled to Rome, Italy, to perform in the New Year's Day Parade at the invitation of the City Council of Rome. In 2019, the Panther Marching Band performed in Dublin, Ireland, at the St. Patrick's Day Parade at the invitation of the Board of Directors of Ireland's St. Patrick's Festival. The students of the Panther Marching Band take pride in their performances, but also in a positive, friendly, and family-like atmosphere within the organization. The Panther Marching Band is directed by Professor Justin Mertz. We are honored to have the Panther Marching Band perform the Armed Services Medley for us this afternoon. Professor Mertz.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Colleen Mulholland, proudly serving in the role of Dean of the College of Education. And you heard about it taking a village, and it took an innovative professor to activate a village to start a cooperative child care program in the 1970s. And although that has had multiple names and has bounced around our campus, the University of Northern Iowa's Child Development Center has called Nielsen Fieldhouse home for 10 years. The history of this physical space is interesting, but dare I say, not as interesting as the magic that happens within and outside the walls of the Child Development Center. If you listen closely, you can hear laughter in these walls and in these halls. You can also hear curiosity, wonder, kindness, and joy. And you hear children play. Fred Rogers of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood eloquently reminds us that play gives children a chance to practice what they are learning. All young children play, learn, grow, and thrive in an inviting physical space dedicated to ensuring they reach their full potential. The learning environment empowers students and supports positive interaction. We are proud to offer this learning space and physical environment to our Child Development Center children and their families. Theodore Giesel, also known as Dr. Seuss, once said, "Children want the same things we want: to laugh, to be challenged, to be entertained and delighted." Today, accredited by the National Association for the Education of Young Children with a top rank of QRS-5 on the Iowa Quality Rating System, UNI's Child Development Center teachers foster rich engagement and create an environment in which we see our littlest Panthers learn, grow, and thrive each and every day. One of those teachers is here today to share what this learning space means to her. And now I introduce Amy Klosterman, teacher at UNI's Child Development Center.
Thank you very much. I'm very humbled to be on stage with everybody here. So as an educator in the center right over there, I'm not used to an audience like this. I have 1- and 2-year-olds that I play with every day and sing songs to, and I won't do that to you, although I can't promise. Very glad to be here today. The UNI Child Development Center is usually called just the UNI CDC or just the CDC. So when you say the CDC here on campus, you know we're talking about the Child Development Center. I have actually been here for 21 years. I was hired back in 2000 when I graduated from college. So I've actually been on the college campus since 1997 as an undergrad. Just like Colleen said some wonderful things about the Child Development Center, we're a campus-based learning center, which is unique in itself because we're housed here on campus in this wonderful building. We care for children of faculty, staff, and students of the university, and we have around 60 children enrolled, ages 0 to 5. We have named our classrooms after cats inspired by TC and TK. From youngest to oldest are the kittens, cubs, cats, pumas, and panthers. I happen to work in the cats room with our 1- and 2-year-olds. The 3 youngest classrooms have 8 children enrolled in each classroom, and they also partner with Tri-County Head Start. The Head Start program offers support services to low-income infants and toddlers and their families. In the older 2 classrooms, the pumas can have up to 16 children, and our panther room can have up to 20. Each classroom is specifically designed for their age group. We also follow the university's academic calendar and are open in the summer sessions, May through July. The mission at the UNI Child Development Center is to provide a nurturing and safe environment to support the learning for families and students of the university. Providing a high-quality education for young children is one of the most impactful and important aspects of our job. As many of you might know, from birth to age 5, the brain develops more than any time in life. Imagine the experiences a child has during that time and how effective quality care has on their development. The connections made by everyday experiences are built by parents and caregivers through positive interactions. These interactions are carefully thought out by our teachers with education degrees. We strive to build strong relationships with our families and the children in our care. We respect children and offer developmentally appropriate experiences to enhance learning. When we nurture and love our children and give them a safe place to grow, the sky's the limit. The UNI CDC is licensed by the Department of Human Services. We are accredited through the National Association for the Education of Young Children, and we participate in Iowa's quality rating system. We engage in these voluntary programs as another way to show our families and the community that we value and are committed to quality child care. I believe part of our success in providing quality care at our center is due to our amazing student staff. Most of these students are working towards their educational degrees and are getting firsthand experience in a high-quality child care setting. We also partner with faculty to support future educators in our classroom through their field experiences. Practicum students visit our classrooms and make observations about what a quality early childhood classroom looks like. These students witness children being loved and well cared for. They observe lesson plans carried out with thought to early childhood standards. In short, they see our daily schedule come to life, even routine care like diaper changes and hand washing. It's just such an important part of our curriculum that you wouldn't think would be. Each year we average about 45 student, staff employees, and countless field experience students. As we've heard, the beginning of the CDC began in 1970. It moved to Schindler Education Center, and actually yesterday I went to Hertz Donut to get some treats for my teachers that are sitting back over there for their support here today, and the lady behind the counter told me that her mom had worked on campus for 40 years and her sister had gone to the Child Development Center when it was in Schindler, so I guess it was meant to be to meet her. In 1992, the center moved to Malcolm Price Laboratory School, where the number of classrooms expanded, and about 10 years ago we were given the opportunity to move into this brand new space that was once a pool, if you can believe it. We're built right on top of a pool. It's pretty great. We love our space here on campus and are grateful for this building and space we utilize, like this gym. So we couldn't come and play in here today when it was raining. So usually we get our bikes that are stored back there and we run and play in this gym where there's lots and lots of laughter. Our office space was just completed and we are thrilled with the results. We have enjoyed sharing this space with ROTC and watching the building transform. This campus is a place I truly call home, and I'm thankful for this opportunity to tell you a little bit about our center. Have a wonderful day.
Well, thank you. In just a minute, we'll have the ribbon cutting and officially dedicate the facility in that way. Following that, there are tours of the facility. We'll also have some light refreshments, and the cadets will help us with that. It is great to see members of the CDC here. Thank you for joining us, and they're as easy to spot as the cadets are. So thanks for wearing the t-shirts. We really appreciate it. None of this would really happen without leadership on our campus, and that isn't me. It's the two deans that you see up here, Dean Bass and Dean Mulholland, working together, especially with our Vice President for Financial Affairs, Finance and Operations, Michael Hager. This is a tremendous project for a university to take on. It takes dedication to our youngest children, our youngest members of the Panther family, and also to the ROTC program. And these three individuals, along with Director Pattee and Lieutenant Colonel Harris, who was the former director of our ROTC program, really deserve a round of applause for what they've done to lead this and get us to this point. So thank you to all of you for what you've done to get us here. To everyone on the stage this morning or this afternoon, thank you very much for your comments, for your thoughtfulness, for taking the time to be here and celebrate these cadets, to celebrate these teachers, these youngest Panthers that they serve. It's a great honor and privilege to have you here and to be on the podium with you. It's now time to grab your scissors and come on down and line up. And as a reminder, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, cut. And everybody cuts on cut, not one, okay? So if you'll just file on down and find a chunk of ribbon, we'll get the ribbon cut.